Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another Versus video. Today we're taking a look at the game Arc Raiders, a super popular game, obviously needs no introduction, and we're doing PlayStation Remote Play from a PS5 Pro, and we're comparing that directly to the PlayStation Plus cloud streaming version of the game. And that might seem a little bit weird at first to think about for a comparison versus video, but you'd be surprised how often I get questions like this. So I thought this would be a fun video to do. I don't think I've ever seen side by side, a versus video of, cloud streaming like PlayStation Portal versus PlayStation Portal. So this would be kind of a fun video, something unique, a little different. But basically, so if you are new here, we do handheld gaming stuff. Obviously, we cover PlayStation Portal, PC handheld stuff, all kinds of handheld gaming stuff, gaming news. We do a weekly handheld gaming news show on Fridays. So if you're into this sort of thing, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. It is totally free. We're trying to get to 1,000, so we would super appreciate if you did that. Also, feel free to like the video and drop a comment down below. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into Arc Raiders here. And, if you're new to the channel, I'm not a huge multiplayer guy. So if you're looking for high level gameplay, you're probably not going to see it in this video. But definitely, I thought I would check this video or this game out because I had heard that it was pretty good for a single solo players could kind of get into it and play it just fine. So I went ahead and dove into it. I'm just a little bit into the game, just a few levels in. So this is just the very first map. And so far I've had a lot of fun with it. And I will say I have run into a lot less, people just trying to take me out versus people who are trying to help, which is super surprising. And I also have the stats up on the portal as well, which is something that people really are interested in, especially for, this being an online multiplayer game. Latency is super important, and you will see on the remote play version here on the top that the latency is very, very low. So this is almost like playing it native, here on my internal network. And honestly, the latency on the cloud streaming version was, in my opinion, pretty good as well, pretty playable. If this was a hardcore competitive shooter, maybe that little bit of extra latency could, cost you a kill or two or whatever. But to be honest with you, just for this type of game, in the way that most people are playing inside the game, I feel like this is pretty good, totally playable. So if you want to play on PlayStation Portal, I think you can definitely do that. Also, I did leave the volume on both of these, and which not normally something I would do because normally we're comparing different handhelds. So, it's kind of nice to kind of hear the, the volume and the quality of the different handhelds separately. But with these being the same devices, I didn't think that was all that necessary. And when I was watching back the footage, I actually didn't find it that distracting, which is kind of surprising. So, yeah, so basically whatever one you're looking at any point in time in the video, you'll be able to still kind of hear the audio, which is kind of cool, different. So if you find that distracting, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and maybe we won't do that again. But like I said, honestly, I watched it back and I thought that it was totally fine. So we're going to go ahead and basically just jump into a couple of different rounds. The game plays super good on PS5 Pro. I don't have the regular PS5 anymore, so I only have the Pro. But this is running in the performance mode, and the graphics look great. The frame rate runs really super smooth. I really haven't noticed any kind of hitches or hiccups. So for me, that's like a really good experience. A game that's going to run nice and fluid at 60 frames, especially when it comes to online play. That was a little bit surprising to me, but I was happy to see how well it does run. The game, I think, is pretty cool. And if you guys watch any of the other videos, I'm also playing Chronos: The New Dawn. And when I've talked about that, one of the things that I really love most about Chronos is just sort of going around and doing a deep kind of investigation of all the different areas and checking all of the rooms and gathering all the items and doing all that kind of stuff. So I was pleasantly surprised that this game is basically that idea and combined with the multiplayer aspects of getting all of that, getting all the resources, and then getting out and extracting with it. And then of course you have the the other players in the game as well that could shoot you, kill you, work with you, whatever. I think that's a kind of a compelling setup. And in my brief experience with the game, I have only experienced one griefer, and that was actually kind of a fun altercation as well, because I kind of walked into a building and kind of saw this firefight. Like I saw some shots being fired, and as I got closer, the proximity chat kicked in, and I could hear that the guy closest to me was clearly not wanting to fight, and was like, kind of complaining, like, what do you do? Like, like, what's the big deal? Like, why you killing me, man? Like that kind of stuff. And so I kind of jumped in with him and, to kind of kill the other guy. But it was my very first time in the game, so I just wasn't fully prepared. But so we definitely both got killed in that instance instead of me helping him out. That would have been a really cool moment if I would have been able to kind of jump in there and we killed the griefer together. But I totally failed. So if you were that guy out there that was in that firefight with me, sorry, a little bit more game experience with this, and I might be a little bit better, but I think the game looks really great. I'm surprised at kind of the graphical quality of it. Every so often I'll get maybe my nieces will try to pull me into like Fortnite or something like that, and so it's like the graphics in that are just like so overplayed and stuff. So I was happy to see that this game is like a very realistic looking, like graphically good looking game. Really has really nice lighting. The graphics, the areas are pretty big, open world type areas, and just generally speaking, I was impressed. The first impressions on the game were really good. I've only really played this map. I unlocked it where you can turn it to winter time, so playing in the snow in this map too was kind of fun. And it looks like there are quite a few maps. I'm sure they'll continue to add more over time. But just playing this solo. I'd be interested to hear about some of your guys' experience with the game. Do you have any like funny interactions or funny altercations that came up in the game, or have you met some cool people just by jumping in? Like I said, that one I met like one of the first times I was playing in the game. I came across a guy that was just super helpful. Right off the bat, he was like friendly. And he was like, yeah, what are you trying to get? Okay, let's go try to get this stuff. He helped me get my stuff. I helped him get his stuff. And then, we, kind of worked together to kill some of the kind of arc enemies. And then we extracted together. So that was like super cool. And it was fun to just meet somebody online and kind of, form that little connection. And, maybe that's somebody that we'll play with again, later on down the line, stuff like that. So I think the really cool thing about the game is that proximity, you just kind of not knowing what's going to happen, and just maybe the ability to maybe meet some new people that you haven't, played with before. So super cool. I definitely liked the idea behind it. As far as performance goes, I thought both of these ran really well on the Portal. The remote play, I have a really excellent network here. My PS5 Pros are both hardwired to the Ethernet, and I have a mesh network, and I was playing in an area that has an access point in the same room, so my Wi-Fi connection super strong. But I did have, and you'll probably see it at some points in the video, there was a couple of hiccups in that connection. So there was like, where if you've done game streaming or played on Portal, you have obviously experienced that at one time or another, just kind of like a drop. And it's almost like the connection to the Wi-Fi drops for like a second and then kind of picks it back up, and maybe it comes back pixelated before it gets like real crystal clear again. But that happened twice during this about 20 or so minutes of playtime on the remote play, and I do not remember it happening at all with the game streaming. And my experience with PlayStation Remote Play, generally speaking, in my house is great. I generally don't have lots of hiccups. It really depends typically on the device I'm playing on. I have noticed that Windows devices, I have more issues. I think it's something to do with the way Windows handles Wi-Fi. It's like every so often you'll just get these like hiccup stutters. It doesn't. I've tried almost everything to get rid of it, but you know, if I take a similar device that's running SteamOS and play the same app, I use PX Play typically, and I don't have those issues. You know, it's at the same spots and connection, all that kind of stuff. So I think generally it's a Windows deal. Back when I only had the Legion Go 1, had the same problem again, just running Windows. I ended up solving that problem by using a USB Wi-Fi adapter and turning the internal Windows controlled Wi-Fi off, and then using the adapter. So I don't know, maybe it is the internal antennas or the internal, you know, chip in those particular devices. I don't think so, because it typically happens to me on mostly on Windows devices. So hey, if you know about that, if there's if you've experienced that and maybe you solved it, hey, let me know the solution. But on Windows devices, typically the only solution I found is just using a separate Wi-Fi adapter. So, and once I started doing that on Legion Go 1, I had no more problems at all. As we get the extraction here on the bottom on the PlayStation Plus streaming version here. But yeah, so what do you guys think about this game, Arc Raiders? Is it a game that you guys are playing? It seems to just be picking up steam more and more and more popular. I think this was recently announced to have sold 12 million copies, which is absolutely insane. So congrats to the team that put this game out. They are really kind of captured the world. And one of the other reasons why I wanted to play this, and I said this in another video, is I really dig the art style of the recently announced Marathon. And you know, I know they've had all kinds of issues and hiccups leading up to their launch, including some of that art being stolen, which actually you can see in the background of this video, the right behind the portal there. That's actually a mouse pad from Anti-Real, the artist that they stole the art from, which they've recently announced that they have settled to the artist's satisfaction. But you can get those on epicdesk.com, I think is where I got them. I bought a couple of them. I think those are super cool. So if you like a really cool design mouse pad, you can check out Epic Desk if you like. It's not sponsored or anything, just I really like that artist and I like their art. And you know, after what happened, I saw they put those mouse pads out in conjunction with Anti-Real, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get those. I'll support that way. But anyway, back to Marathon. I think Marathon looks super cool. I love the art style. I like, you know, Bungie. I loved all the Halo games. I never got into Destiny, but with Marathon coming up, I was like, man, maybe this will be my chance to kind of get in, you know, at the beginning. And because I really dig that art style. And it's also an extraction shooter. To me, it looks more combative versus what I'm experiencing in Arc Raiders. But, you know, just the experience I've had so far in Arc Raiders kind of gives me hope, like, maybe I'll be able to play Marathon, you know, single player and have fun. I don't know. I haven't even fully decided if I will get it or not, but I love that art style so much. It's like, I really would like to play it. But so if you guys have any experience in any of those open alphas that were not NDA'd or whatever, and you would like to drop those comments down below, yeah, let me know about your experience playing Marathon and what you think of it. I would definitely like to hear about those as well. But what do you guys think about how this is performing on remote play and on cloud streaming? You guys can see all the stats super clear there. I think that it is a game that you can definitely play on the Portal either way. You know, I know a lot of people, like if you listen to like a lot of, you know, hardcore like gaming podcasts and shows and stuff, you know, a lot of people still don't want to kind of give game streaming all that much love. You do have some people that are proponents of the Portal, but typically will say things like, you know, I use it for, you know, turn-based games, or I use it for like lightweight indie games or whatever. But I've been a PlayStation remote player with full hardcore 3D AAA games for a long time, and you can absolutely play these games game streaming now, whether it's game streaming on the PlayStation Plus Premium or via remote play. I really don't think there's any limits anymore. Obviously, GeForce Now 2 is a great service too that you can do it from. But for PlayStation Portal, I don't think there's any restrictions. If your PS5's, got a good hardwired connection and your Wi-Fi wherever you're at is going to be really good, I think you're going to be good to go. Now, I have used the Portal and nowhere near my home as well. Visiting family and stuff like that, 90 to 120 miles away, and it still worked totally good. You can definitely feel the latency there, so I probably wouldn't recommend playing like competitive multiplayer shooters, that far away from your home if you're doing remote play. But like, let's say you're playing Arc Raiders. That's a situation where I probably would go to the game streaming version versus the remote play version, because my latency and stuff would probably be much better in that regard. So just keep that in mind. If you're away from your home, that the game streaming option, if you're a PlayStation Plus premium member, it might be the better way to go than trying to connect to your PS5 in your home. And you can kind of see the stats that I'm getting here. So if you're, traveling, or maybe you're at work or something and you want to try it on the work Wi-Fi or whatever, you can, maybe do a remote play to your console first to look at that latency. And if it's like way worse than what the PlayStation Plus cloud streaming is showing here, then maybe just switch over to PlayStation Plus cloud streaming. So I think that's a good way to play games nowadays. So it's really kind of allowed me to fit in gaming where I wasn't able to previously, and I'm really enjoying the Portal. Is awesome. I mean, my only real complaint with it is the lack of Bluetooth support. It's just super annoying to have to buy the PlayStation Link devices. I understand what they're trying to do with making sure that the audio is in sync and matched up, but every other device out there allows you to use Bluetooth, and I think most people understand, hey, with a game, you don't want latency on your actual game, but you'll put up with it a little bit via the Bluetooth latency, just to be able to use like wireless earbuds like AirPods or whatever you happen to have. But PlayStation, very stubborn in that regard. They want you to buy their stuff, and I get it. Business is business, whatever. But from a consumer standpoint, that's just one of those things that's a little bit frustrating as a PlayStation gamer, is having to purchase those. I actually did have the Pulse Explore earbuds for a while, and they work awesome with Portal. They're tremendous in terms of like how they work with Portal and how they work with PlayStation 5. But what sucks about it is that those are the only options for earbuds. And number one, they're hideously ugly. They have a huge case, and they are, for me, they were very uncomfortable. So they're not something that I wanted to really keep in my ears, for a longer gaming session. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, I guess I could get the Pulse Elites, the over-the-ear headphones, but I generally don't love using over-the-ear headphones, especially when I'm gaming. It just feels like a little bit cumbersome. I definitely prefer earbuds. So I just wish there was more options, or at least, I know they've got their other, range of earbuds, like their end zones and stuff. Like, I don't understand why all those don't have the PlayStation Link technology. Like, what are we doing here? Like, if Sony is Sony, you want to sell us stuff, like, just put this technology in more stuff, work with more partners, get them in. If you can't get them in with, Apple, I get that, Apple's not going to play nice, but maybe you could work with Samsung, and you could do like some kind of co-branding marketing thing or whatever. But anyway, that's I'll get off my soapbox about the earbud situation. Obviously, you can plug in hardwired headphones to the Portal, and that's totally fine as well if you like doing that. Again, that's just, I don't like that extra cord hanging there myself. But so hey, if you made it this far into the video, number one, thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate you. If you're into these kind of videos, we've got tons of these on the channel for different devices. If you are a PlayStation specific gamer, we do have a lot of subscribers that found the channel through the PlayStation game streaming video, which is by far the biggest video on the channel. Also some other smaller PlayStation videos. So if you are one of those watching this video, please let me know in the comments below, what kind of videos would you like to see on the channel as a PlayStation centric gamer. I do have some more ideas for, PlayStation Remote Play on some other devices. That would be fun to do, but I would like to hear from you guys. So if you have anything that you would like to see, definitely drop those in the comments down below. And, hey, you know what? Hey, if you made it this far into the video, if you want to add me on PlayStation as a PlayStation friend or whatever, hey, feel free to do that. Blame It on Ryan is the name. I'm not playing multiplayer games, so it's not like we're going to join up and play multiplayer games together. So don't expect anything like that. But, if you just want to kind of see like when I'm playing games or whatever, you're more than welcome to do that. Just shoot me over a friend request. I've got plenty of slots available there. And so once again, thank you guys for watching the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. That would be super awesome. Help us get to that 1,000 subscribers would be absolutely wonderful. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike the video while you're still watching it, but you can use that button as well. And just leave a comment down below. And happy for you guys to have checked out the channel. And there's going to be, we do 3 videos a week typically. So we do 2 main videos, and then there's like a Friday is a kind of the handheld gaming news show podcast type deal. So I super appreciate if you check out some of the other stuff on the channel, and we will see you in the next one.